Okay, now we talk about the auto sequin. This icon is auto sequin. We click. The mouse left button represents the straight line point. The right is curve point. After input, we use enter to confirm the input. And auto sequin, so many things can be settings, like the shape, the sequin color, and others. And here we set the distance, and we can check the effect. And then we can set the type as you wish. For some very complex sequence, we can use these custom settings. Custom. We clicked it. And here is how we can set the multi-sequin rules. We can set the sequin type and the repeat times, and the effect like this. And according to the user's settings, we can also set the sequin like motor pattern and size and the colors. Yes, like this. Okay, now we talk about run sequin manually. This icon is manually run sequin. The manual run sequin merely used in the pattern where the sequence is very less, and the left button represents the straight line point. The right button represents the curve point. Like this. And while we input the sequin, we can use Q and the W button to switch the sequin mode. And also the shift key should be held down when the sequin is not placed. And if the shift key is held, then the sequin will not be placed. And then we use the enter or spacing to confirm the input. And also you can set the sequin properties like sequin type, fixed type, or other type, fixed type. Yes. Okay, now we talk about the sequin texture function. First, we make some sequins. And we set the spacing. We hold Alt and the 4 direction icons to copy it quickly. The sequin texture function is mainly used to make letters and patterns in large area sequence. Suppose we want to make a pattern in this area. First, we make a certain area of sequence. Okay. After finishing, we need to select this and make it into a sequin texture line. And then we set the properties. You can set and then you can check the effect. Now we set it at Sequin B mode. And then we can check the effect. We select the sequin texture. The sequin will change the sequence which we set. In addition, the sequin texture can also operate the non-closed single segment sequence. Here also we set the sequence type texture line, set the properties. And then we click on the sequin texture, and then it will be okay. Okay, now we can talk about the sequin cutting function. First, we make a line of sequins. And set the spacing. Use Alt and the direction keys to copy it quickly. And then we make some outlines. And then we make the lines, select the lines, make it a custom split. And then we select the sequence object to be processed. And click Object Cut. And the whole pieces of sequence will be divided into several pieces. This is the first part. And then second one. And this is how we use the subject cut. So you can cut the largest pieces of sequence into some patterns you want. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the sequin edit function. First, we make a sequin line. And here we're gonna introduce the function of quickly copying the sequin. Right-click on the grid icon, select General, set the horizontal and vertical copying space, and then select the sequence. Hold down the Alt and one of the 4 arrow keys, such as we choose to hold down the up arrow key, and the sequence will be copied quickly. Next, we will do the sequin edit operation. Click the sequin edit icon. When you click the mouse, the sequin will show the selected state. Multiple selections can be performed by pressing Ctrl key and then select the sequin code in the toolbar. And then you can change the sequin. Another way to select sequence is to hold down Shift. Then all the sequence between the 2 stitches will be selected, like this. We can also drag rectangle to select. Hold down the left mouse button, drag the rectangle. When the mouse button is released, the sequins in this area are selected. For complex graphic, we can also use polygons to select the sequence. Right-click on the sequin edit icon, left-click to enter. The sequins in the polygon are selected. There is also a way to edit the sequin. When we choose some sequin, we can also use the custom functions in the drop-down list to edit. Like this, we can set the sequin type, the repeat times, and the sequin mode. And then the sequin will be shown as you edit. Okay.